Okay, so let's talk about HVAC, or heating, ventilating, and air conditioning. So an HVAC, or an HVAC system, it provides proper temperature and humidity, because as I mentioned, excessive heat can wreak havoc on electronic devices, whether it be our computers, our network, or our storage. And we can either completely destroy a piece of equipment if it gets too hot and it fries, or we can create intermittent issues, which are sometimes even more difficult to troubleshoot and more problematic because we can't reproduce it over and over again. So it's important that we have proper humidity, proper temperature. And as I mentioned, humidity is essential for two reasons. Low humidity can create static electricity, in which case we can become like a Sith Lord and fry somebody from across the room. All right, hopefully it's not that bad. But it definitely can have an impact on very expensive electronic components, so we want to make sure that's maintained. Or on the reverse of that, if it's high humidity, that can create condensation or moisture. All right, and we don't want that as well, because as I mentioned, that moisture can bridge circuits with inside of computer equipment. So it can cause rust, it can cause all types of oxidation and so forth that we don't want on our electrical components. So we need to make sure that our HVAC systems are installed, maintained, and configured by a professional, because typically it's going to be very specialized training. Okay, so architecting the system itself, installing and maintaining, that's going to require special expertise. All right, it's like this happy young fellow right here. We need to make sure we have a trained person working on our systems. All right, and also, for the most part, HVAC systems will tie into our fire suppression systems. So as we'll talk about in a few moments, when those things trigger off, if there's a fire detected, it needs to be coordinated such that the HVAC system will shut off, so that we're not bringing in additional oxygen into a fire. So our fire suppression system needs to work in tandem with HVAC.